Chosen one, stop everything. This is not another video that found you randomly in the algorithm. You have been guided here, pulled by an invisible thread woven into the fabric of your destiny. Right now, in this exact moment, a spiritual war is unfolding around you. Forces of light and darkness colliding in dimensions you can feel but cannot see. And you, whether you fully understand it yet or not, are standing at the center of this cosmic battlefield. You have always known you were different. That strange heaviness you carry, that ancient wisdom whispering through your bones, that relentless feeling that you were born for something far greater than the mundane routines this world offers. These are not coincidences. These are the marks of the chosen. You have been selected, prepared, and awakened for a sacred purpose that is now calling you forward with undeniable force. What you are about to discover are the 7 spiritual gifts that confirm your calling. Gifts that have been with you since birth, quietly shaping your path, protecting you, guiding you through the darkness. This is your confirmation. This is your awakening. This is the moment everything changes. Chosen one, like this video, subscribe, and comment, "I am ready," for a powerful surprise. You did not stumble upon this message. You were summoned. Deep within the chambers of your soul, something stirred the moment you saw these words, didn't it? That inner trembling, that electric recognition. It is the voice of your spirit confirming what your mind has been too afraid to fully accept. You have been searching, haven't you? Scrolling through videos, reading books that speak of awakening, seeking answers to questions you cannot even articulate. That search itself is the evidence. The chosen do not seek by accident. They seek because they have been called, because a frequency embedded in their DNA will not let them rest in ignorance. Think back to your childhood. You were never like the others. You saw things differently. You felt things more deeply. While other children played without concern, you stood at the edge of the playground, sensing invisible currents, perceiving emotions that had no name, knowing things you had never been taught. You were labeled sensitive, too serious, strange. But what they called weakness was actually the first stirring of your gifts. You carried an ancient wisdom in a young body, and it confused everyone, including yourself. There were moments when you knew something was about to happen before it did. Times when you felt a presence watching over you, protecting you, even when you were completely alone. Moments when silence spoke louder than any voice, and you understood truths that had no logical source. You tried to suppress it, didn't you? You tried to fit in, to be normal, to quiet the knowing that pulsed beneath your skin. But the calling of the chosen cannot be silenced. It only grows stronger. It manifests as restlessness, as dissatisfaction with surface-level living, as a relentless inner voice that refuses to let you settle for anything less than your true purpose. And now, right now, you are standing at the threshold of full recognition. This is not your imagination. This is not wishful thinking. This is real. You are a chosen one, and the 7 gifts you carry are not random talents or personality traits. They are sacred spiritual tools, forged in the divine and placed within you before you took your first breath. They have been waiting for this moment, the moment you would finally stop running, stop doubting, and stand fully in the truth of what you are. That moment is now. The nature of the chosen ones. From the very beginning, you have lived in a world that feels slightly out of focus compared to everyone else's reality. Your senses have always been sharper, more attuned to frequencies others cannot detect. You do not simply observe life, you perceive it in layers. You feel too much, you know too much, and this has made you both powerful and isolated. While others move through their days wrapped in comfortable ignorance, you walk through a landscape thick with invisible energies, emotional undercurrents, and spiritual signals. You sense when something is wrong before anyone speaks. You feel the shift in a room's atmosphere the moment tension enters. You know when someone is lying, not because of what they say, but because your soul reads the vibration beneath their words. This heightened perception has followed you since childhood and has never left. It is not something you developed or learned. It is something you were born carrying, like a birthright, written in spiritual code. There have been countless times when you felt an unseen presence near you, protective, watchful, guiding. In moments of danger, you were spared by forces you could not explain. In moments of confusion, clarity arrived from nowhere. And in moments of deep solitude, you were never truly alone. You have always been accompanied, even when the world around you felt empty. But this gift of heightened awareness has come with a price. You have never fully fit into the patterns of worldly living. The games others play feel hollow. The ambitions that drive society feel meaningless. The conversations that excite the masses leave you cold. You have tried to participate, tried to conform, tried to find satisfaction in the same things that fulfill others, but it never works. And the reason is simple. You were not set apart for survival. You were set apart for transformation. You are not here to blend in. You are here to break through. You are not here to maintain the status quo. You are here to dismantle it and rebuild something higher, something truer, something aligned with the divine blueprint. And now, as you stand in this recognition, you are ready to understand the specific gifts that have been woven into your being. These are not abstract concepts. These are real, active, living abilities that have been functioning within you your entire life. Some you have noticed, some you have ignored, but all of them have been working behind the scenes, preparing you for the mission that is now beginning to reveal itself. The 7 gifts are not rewards for being good. They are weapons for the spiritual war. They are tools for the great work. And you, chosen one, are about to discover exactly what you have been carrying all along. Gift 1. Deep intuition, the inner compass. Your intuition is not a hunch. It is not a guess. It is not the product of pattern recognition or subconscious calculation. Your intuition is a direct transmission from the spiritual realm, a voice that speaks without sound, a knowing that arrives without evidence. It is the language your soul uses to communicate with the divine, and it has been speaking to you since before you could walk. This is your first gift, and it is the foundation upon which all the others are built. Deep intuition is your inner compass, the invisible guidance system that has steered you away from danger, toward opportunity, and through the labyrinth of choices that have shaped your life. You know this gift well, even if you have not named it. It arrives as a physical sensation, a chill that runs down your spine when truth is spoken, a tightening in your gut when something is wrong, a sudden pull in your chest that urges you toward or away from a person, place, or decision. These are not random bodily reactions. They are spiritual signals, coded messages delivered through the nervous system of your body, because your soul knows your mind will often resist what it cannot rationally explain. From a young age, you experienced this. You knew when someone was unsafe before they revealed their true nature. You felt the wrongness of a situation before anything visibly went wrong. You sensed the rightness of a path even when it made no logical sense. Your dreams have been speaking to you as well. They are not just the brain's nightly processing of information. They are intuitive messages, warnings, and revelations delivered when your conscious mind is finally quiet enough to receive them. You have had dreams that came true, dreams that warned you, dreams that showed you pieces of a future you had not yet entered. And when you ignored those dreams, when you dismissed them as mere imagination, consequences followed. But when you honored them, when you listened and adjusted your course, you were protected, you were guided, you were led to exactly where you needed to be. There have been times when your intuition screamed at you to say no, and you said yes anyway because logic told you to ignore the feeling. And every single time, you paid the price. There have been other times when your intuition whispered a direction that made no sense, that had no evidence, that seemed foolish, and you followed it anyway. And every single time, you were rewarded with protection, clarity, or an opportunity that could not have been predicted. This is the power of your first gift. This is the voice that will never lie to you. Your intuition is not asking you to trust blindly. It is asking you to trust deeply. It is asking you to honor the invisible path, the one that cannot be seen with physical eyes but can be felt with every fiber of your spiritual being. This gift is your protection. This gift is your guidance. This gift is the beginning of your awakening, and it has been with you from the very start. Gift 2. Healing empathy. The sacred feelers. You do not just feel your own emotions. You feel everyone's. You walk into a room and immediately absorb the emotional atmosphere like a sponge soaking up water. Sadness that is not yours settles into your chest. Anger that belongs to someone else heats your blood. Joy that radiates from a stranger lifts your spirit without explanation. This is your second gift, healing empathy. You are a sacred feeler, a spiritual empath whose nervous system is wired directly into the emotional and energetic states of those around you. And while this gift has often felt like a curse, it is actually one of your greatest powers. People are drawn to you without understanding why. They feel safe in your presence. They open up to you about things they have never told anyone else. Strangers confide in you. Friends seek you out when they are broken. Even animals and children who operate on pure instinct recognize the healing energy you carry and move towards you naturally. This is not random. This is your empathy in action. You do not heal through advice or expertise. You heal through presence. Your listening is medicine. Your words, when they come, carry a frequency that soothes and realigns. Even your touch, whether a hand on a shoulder or a hug offered at the right moment, transmits energy that others can feel physically. There have been times when you placed your hands on someone in pain and felt warmth or tingling move through your palms. Times when you prayed for someone and felt a shift in the atmosphere, as though something invisible had been moved or lifted. This is not imagination. This is energy flowing through you, channeled from the divine and directed toward healing. You are a conduit. You are a bridge between the wounded and the source of all restoration. But this gift has also drained you. You have given too much. You have absorbed darkness that was never yours to carry. You have walked away from interactions feeling exhausted, heavy, sick, because you took on emotional and energetic weight that belonged to someone else. You are learning now that boundaries are not betrayals. You are learning that compassion does not require self-destruction. You can hold space for someone's pain without drowning in it. You can offer healing without depleting yourself. The key is remembering that you are not the healer. You are the vessel. The power flows through you, not from you. When you try to heal from your own limited reserves, you collapse. But when you open yourself as a channel and allow the divine to move through you, the energy is limitless. You do not carry judgment when you heal. You do not decide who is worthy. You simply show up, and the healing happens. You are a bridge, chosen one, not a savior. Your empathy is a sacred responsibility, and when wielded with wisdom, it becomes a force that transforms everyone it touches. Gift 3. Communication with the divine. Spiritual dialogue. You are in constant conversation with the divine, even when you do not realize it. This is your third gift. Direct communication with the source of all creation. It is not a conversation that happens only in churches or during designated prayer times. It is ongoing, intimate, and woven into every moment of your existence. The divine speaks to you in silence, in the pause between thoughts, in the sudden clarity that arrives when you stop trying to figure everything out. You have felt it, that unmistakable inner voice that is not your own thoughts, not your ego, not your fear. It is calm, certain, and carries a knowing that transcends your personal understanding. Messages arrive in unexpected moments. You are washing dishes, and suddenly, a truth downloads into your mind with perfect clarity. You are driving, and a solution to a problem you have been wrestling with appears fully formed. You are sitting in silence, and a vision unfolds behind your closed eyes. Not a daydream, but a revelation. These are not coincidences. These are transmissions. The divine is speaking, and you are one of the few who can hear. You have been warned through this inner voice. There have been times when something told you not to go somewhere, not to trust someone, not to make a certain choice. And you listened, and later discovered that you were protected from something you could not have known was coming. You have also been used as a messenger for others. Words have come out of your mouth that you did not plan to say. Wisdom has flowed through you that exceeded your own knowledge. You have spoken to someone at exactly the right moment, delivering a message they desperately needed to hear, and later they told you it changed everything. You did not manufacture that. You were a channel. The divine used your voice because you were open, available, and aligned. This gift comes with responsibility. When you receive divine truth, you are accountable for what you do with it. You cannot unhear what has been spoken to you. You cannot unsee what has been shown. And you cannot ignore the instructions that come through this sacred dialogue without suffering the consequences of spiritual disobedience. But when you honor this gift, when you listen and obey, even when it makes no sense, even when it requires sacrifice, even when it asks you to walk a path that terrifies you, everything aligns. Doors open, provision appears, protection surrounds you. The divine does not speak to you because you are perfect. The divine speaks to you because you are chosen. And this communication is the thread that will guide you through every storm, every dark night, every impossible situation you will ever face. You are never alone. You are never abandoned. The conversation is always happening. You just have to stay tuned to the frequency. Gift 4. Clairvoyance and spiritual clarity, seeing beyond the veil. You see what others cannot. This is your fourth gift. Clairvoyance and spiritual clarity. It is not about predicting lottery numbers or reading minds for entertainment. It is about perceiving the hidden layers of reality, the truths that lie beneath the surface of appearances. You read people not by what they say, but by what they carry. You see past the masks, the performances, the carefully constructed identities. You perceive intentions, motivations, and the unseen wounds that drive behavior. This is why people cannot lie to you successfully. This is why fake people make you physically uncomfortable. Your spirit recognizes what your mind has not yet processed, and your body reacts before your thoughts catch up. Signs and symbols follow you everywhere. You see repeating numbers, 111, 222, 333, and you know they are not random. You notice synchronicities that are too precise to be coincidences. A name appears 3 times in one day. A song plays at the exact moment you were thinking about a specific memory. A stranger says something that answers a question you asked in private prayer. These are not accidents. These are spiritual breadcrumbs, divine confirmations that you are on the right path, that you are being watched over, that the universe is speaking directly to you in a language only you are meant to understand. Your dreams are vivid, layered, and often prophetic. You wake from them with a knowing, a certainty about something that has not yet happened in physical reality. You have learned to pay attention to these dreams, to honor them as messages rather than dismiss them as mere sleep fiction. And you have also experienced waking visions, moments when your physical sight seems to overlay with spiritual sight, and you perceive something that is not visible to others. A shadow, a light, a presence, a flash of insight that reveals the truth of a situation in an instant. This gift also grants you spiritual clarity in decision-making. When you align with your soul's knowing, choices become obvious. The confusion lifts, the mental noise quiets. You simply know what is right, not because you analyzed all the options, but because your spirit recognized the path that serves your highest purpose. You understand patterns. You see the lessons hidden inside painful experiences. You recognize when someone is repeating a cycle, and you can often see what they need to learn before they see it themselves. This clarity is a gift, but it is also isolating. You see things others do not want to see. You speak truths others are not ready to hear. And often, you are met with resistance, denial, or rejection when you try to share what you perceive. But your gift is not dependent on whether others believe you. Your clairvoyance exists to guide you, to protect you, and to equip you for the mission ahead. You are a seer, chosen one, and what you see is real. Gift 5, connection to the mission, the inner calling. You have always felt it, the pull towards something greater, the restless ache that ordinary life could never satisfy. This is your 5th gift, connection to the mission. It is not a career path. It is not a goal you set. It is a calling woven into the core of your being, a destiny that has been pursuing you since the day you were born. You could not ignore it, even if you tried. You have tried. You have attempted to settle into the routines that make others happy. You have pursued the markers of success that society dangles in front of you: money, status, comfort, security. And every time you came close to grasping them, you felt empty, hollow, like you were betraying something sacred inside yourself. From a young age, you questioned everything. You asked why when others simply accepted. You challenged systems that others obeyed without thought. You resisted meaningless structures, shallow conversations, and the soul-numbing monotony of a life lived on autopilot. People told you to be realistic, to stop dreaming, to accept things as they are. But you could not, because your soul knows that you were born for something more. Not more success, not more comfort, more meaning, more impact, more truth. You are here to create transformation, to awaken others, to serve a purpose that transcends personal gain. This calling has caused you pain. It has made you feel like an outsider. It has cost you relationships with people who could not understand why you refused to play the game. It has led you down difficult paths through seasons of isolation, failure, and loss. But every single hardship was preparation. Every wound was a lesson. Every betrayal was a stripping away of what was false so that what is true could emerge. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to break through. And the inner pull that has driven you to this point is not going to release you. It is going to intensify. You are being asked to move without guarantees, to trust without proof, to act on faith even when the outcome is unclear. This is the nature of the mission. It does not come with a blueprint. It comes with an inner knowing, a sense of rightness that defies logic, and a courage that rises from a place deeper than fear. You were born for something more, chosen one, and now the time has come to stop resisting it. The mission is calling, and you are finally ready to answer. Gift 6, Protection and Resilience, Spiritual Armor. You should not have survived. There have been moments in your life when you stood at the edge of destruction, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and something invisible caught you, held you, pulled you back from the brink. This is your 6th gift, protection and resilience. You have been shielded in ways you cannot explain. You have walked away from situations that should have destroyed you, and you walked away intact, not unscathed, but unbroken. There have been accidents that missed you by seconds, decisions that, if made differently, would have led to disaster. People who, if they had remained in your life, would have pulled you into darkness. But every time, something intervened. You were delayed when you needed to be delayed. You missed the flight. You took the wrong turn. You were late for the meeting. And later, you discovered that the delay saved you. You were told no when you were begging for yes. The job you wanted went to someone else. The relationship you fought for ended. The opportunity you chased slipped through your fingers. And in hindsight, you realized that the no was protection. That what you thought was rejection was actually divine intervention, keeping you from a path that would have derailed your mission. Your intuition has functioned as an early warning system. You have felt danger before it arrived. You have known to leave before things escalated. You have sensed betrayal before it was revealed. And when you honored that knowing, you were spared. But even in moments when you did not listen, when you walked into harm, despite the warnings, you survived. You rose, you healed, you came back stronger. This is the resilience embedded in your spiritual DNA. You are not fragile. You are not a victim. You are protected by forces that move in your favor, even when you cannot see them. You have also endured spiritual attacks, seasons when darkness pressed in from all sides, when everything fell apart, when you were tested beyond what seemed bearable. And yet, you did not break. You bent. You wept. You questioned. But you did not shatter, because your spirit is fortified. Your faith was forged in fire, and every fall only taught you how to rise with greater strength. You walk through chaos with a peace that others cannot understand. You stand in the storm without being moved. This is not luck. This is spiritual armor. This is divine protection, and it has been covering you from the beginning. Gift 7, Spiritual Return, Law of Cause and Effect. You live under a different set of rules. This is your 7th gift, Spiritual Return, the heightened karmic feedback loop that governs your life. What you give comes back to you faster than it does for others. What you put into the world returns with precision and speed. You have noticed this. When you act from love, generosity, or integrity, blessings follow swiftly, Opportunities appear, doors open, help arrives from unexpected sources. But when you operate from ego, fear, or misalignment, the consequences are immediate. Things fall apart. Plans collapse. You are corrected swiftly and unmistakably. This is not punishment. This is spiritual accountability. You are being held to a higher standard because you carry a higher purpose. The universe does not allow you to wander off course for long. When you make a choice that is out of alignment with your soul's mission, the feedback is instant. Something breaks, something blocks, something forces you to stop and reconsider. And when you correct your course, when you realign with truth and integrity, the flow returns, the path clears, the obstacles dissolve. You are not operating under the same delayed karma that others experience. Your energetic ledger is balanced in real time. This gift teaches you awareness. You have learned to watch your thoughts, your words, your intentions. You understand that energy is real, that what you project into the world has tangible effects, and that you are responsible for the frequency you carry. You have also learned the power of forgiveness, not because people deserve it, but because you understand that holding on to resentment, bitterness, or revenge only poisons your own energy field. You trust that the universe will balance all accounts. You trust that justice does not require your intervention. You trust that what is meant for you will find you, and what is not will fall away. You walk with consciousness now. Every action is deliberate. Every choice is weighed. You are not careless with your energy because you have seen the consequences of carelessness. You are not reckless with your power because you have witnessed the speed at which power can return to harm or heal. You live under the law of spiritual return, and it has made you wise. It has made you careful. It has made you aware that you are not separate from the universe. You are a living, breathing extension of it. And everything you do ripples outward and returns. This is the final gift. This is the seal of your calling. And it confirms that you are walking a sacred path. Integration and awakening confirmation. Now you see it. Now you know. These 7 gifts are not theories. They are realities functioning within you at this very moment. Deep intuition, guiding your every step. Healing empathy, allowing you to feel and transform the pain of others. Communication with the divine, granting you direct access to spiritual wisdom. Clairvoyance, giving you sight beyond the physical. Connection to the mission, pulling you toward your true purpose. Protection and resilience, shielding you through every storm. Spiritual return, holding you accountable and rewarding you in real time. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. You are a chosen one, but recognition is only the beginning. These gifts are tools, not trophies. They were given to you not to make you feel special, but to make you effective. They are weapons for the spiritual war, instruments for the great work, keys to unlocking the transformation you were sent here to create. Now that you see them, you must accept them. Now that you accept them, you must develop them. And now that you develop them, you must use them consciously, intentionally, and in alignment with your mission. This is not optional. This is your responsibility. You have been equipped for a reason. The question is no longer whether you are chosen. The question is whether you will rise to meet the calling. If you recognize these gifts within yourself, you are not alone. There are others like you, scattered across the earth, awakening to the same truth, carrying the same sacred tools, walking the same hidden path. You have been isolated for a reason. You have been tested for a reason. And now you are being called to step forward, to claim your identity, to own your power, to acknowledge what you have always known but were too afraid to speak aloud. You are a chosen one. Drop a comment below. Tell others which of these 7 gifts you recognize in yourself. Share your story. Let your voice be heard. Because when the chosen ones begin to speak, when they stop hiding, when they step into the light and declare who they are, the world shifts. You are not here to stay small. You are not here to blend in. You are here to disrupt, to awaken, to transform. And your awakening has the power to ignite the awakening of countless others. You are not alone, and the world is waiting for you to remember who you are. Chosen one, the journey has officially begun. You are no longer walking in ignorance. You are no longer stumbling in the dark. You have been given sight. You have been given knowing. You have been given power. The divine spark within you is not a metaphor. It is a living fire, and it is burning brighter now than ever before. Walk with awareness. Walk with purpose. Walk with the understanding that you carry something sacred, something rare, something the world desperately needs. You are a light in the darkness. You are a voice in the silence. You are a force of transformation, moving through a world that has forgotten its true nature. And every step you take from this moment forward is a step toward fulfilling the mission you were born to complete. The gifts are yours. The calling is real. The time is now. Walk forward, chosen one. Walk forward with courage, with faith, and with the absolute certainty that you are exactly who you were always meant to be. The awakening has begun, and nothing will ever be the same.